What we're doing today is that we're gonna be ranking whether or not these games, shows, whatever media that are mostly popular with children are actually suitable for children. Certain media, certain shows, games, whatever, we get an audience sometimes, but a lot of the times these audience are going to be children. It's just simply how it is, even if the media itself wasn't designed for children. And I found some of the biggest I would have said offenders, biggest contenders, biggest examples of like what I am saying. Now, I want to preface this with something. I do not really know that much about these things. A lot of these, I only have a really basic, ostensible knowledge of like what these things are about. So if I misrepresent them, I'm sorry, I guess. Alright, the first one in our little stadium, the amazing digital circus.
That digital circus, dog.
That one has a mostly children audience, right? I mean, from what I've seen about this show, it seems like most people who watches it are children. But let's see, is this actually meant for children? Well, it says it's not. It's an adult animated web series. I've seen like some scenes from the show where I think for what it's worth, most of it is like designed for adults, I guess.
Kinger, you mother!
But like, I mean, it has like this really like poppy, like colorful art style, I guess. I don't fucking know. I'll say mostly for adults because of that. But it wouldn't be like too bad if your kids watch it. It's not going to like fucking traumatize them, I don't think. Alright, let's move on to the next one. Hazbin Hotel.
Hazbin Hotel! More like Hazbin.
Hazbin Hotel as opposed to the Will Be Hotel. Alright, Hazbin Hotel. I think most people know it for its sexual references.
Oh, harder, daddy!
And it having a lot of curse words in it. Are there any like curse words counter videos on the internet?
There are 44 swears in the pilot, 398 in Season 1, and 309 in Season 2.
Yeah, not exactly the most child appropriate. And then you see stuff like this, and then like this is why I say like it's popular with kids. Little editor note: I saw that thumbnail, and then I immediately say this is why and whatever. Okay, I wanted to give it a second chance. I went ahead and actually try to watch it. This is my reward for actually giving it a chance.
Rar, X3 Nuzzles pounces on you. Ooh, you so warm.
There's nothing wrong with like, I hate this word. I hate using this word. There's nothing wrong with being cringe, right? Cringe is a phase in life where everyone goes through. Everyone will be cringe at some point in their life. I mean, that's why I say like, kids watch this, but because like when you're an adult and you look at something like this, you just can't help but feel like, but if you're a kid and you watch this, you'll be like, oh, this is so funny, this is so cool, etc. And there's nothing wrong with that. The only thing that's legitimately wrong is, this fundamentally it's a show where there's a lot of like mature themes. I think no one would disagree. I'd say this is probably an 18 plus only thing. Alright, next up, Undertale. This is one of those things where I actually have more knowledge of this because back in the days I used to be into Undertale. It's probably mostly safe, I would put it that way. It has some themes in it that's like more like dark or fucked up.
Sheree! Evil nigga!
And I'm mostly talking about the genocide route. Just from the name itself, you might understand why is it like somewhat not child appropriate. But yeah, I would say probably it's on par with something like Courage the Cowardly Dog or like Steven Universe, how they discuss more mature topics. I think there is technically like a genocide that happened in Steven Universe as well, right? But they just don't call it a genocide, they call it something else. I don't even think the genocide route is actually an official thing. The actual game itself like probably never gave it a name or something. So yeah, I'll put it as mostly safe. Alright, Five Nights at Freddy's.
I DM'd you, I'm begging you.
I don't know a lot about this series because you see, back in the days, back in around 2016, 2017, if you were a kid, you basically go into one of two factions. You either go to Five Nights at Freddy's or you go to Undertale. I went to Undertale, okay, so that's why I missed out. And shut the fuck up, Jesus Christ, I'm making a... What is Five Nights at Freddy about, though? To my knowledge, it is about 5 kids who got killed by some like fucking Jeffrey Dahmer serial psycho killer or something, and then their bodies got stuffed into some animatronic suits. That's mostly what I know. I know that there is a lot more fucking lore to this goddamn thing, but so just from the sound of it, I think you can pretty tell where I'm putting it. It's probably going down to Hazbin Hotel as well. I would say this though, it's probably lower than Hazbin Hotel. Hazbin Hotel is probably like offensively not for children.
I love to suck
I swear to you say
popsicles.
But FNAF, it's a little bit more subtle. If you just play the game and don't really get into the lore, I don't think, at least the first couple games, I don't think you would get the lore is about like little kids getting murdered or something like that. But it's also, there's another factor though, which is that this is a horror series, and horror usually it's a genre that doesn't really gel well with like children's media. I can't really think of just two actual horror shows that I can think of that are for kids, like Goosebumps and Who's Afraid of the Dark, right? I'm not saying there aren't any, but it's just rare. Shows or games about fucking child murdering Jeffrey Dahmer and whatever, those are even more rare. So I'll probably put it here. I think that's the right place for it to be. All right, next up, murder drones. Now, this is one where I straight up have zero idea what the fuck it's about. I've only heard of it, and I've heard it's popular with kids. So we're going to do some quick on-the-spot research. We're gonna see what it is about. You know, it has the word murder in the name, but you know, fucking who cares? It's about two robots. It's humans got extinct, a rebellion, whatever. Okay, doesn't matter. There's a guy whose name is Uzi. Uzi is a fuck. Maybe we should add in like a new category. I'm just gonna say I don't know. Next up, Battle for Dream Island. So I know what this is. This is a show that I watched when I was a little kid. It's for kids. It tries to over dramatize things.
Fiery, why would you do that?
Because you stole Dream Island from me.
Sort of a weird thing because it's trying to make itself into a more serious thing than it is. It tries to have like actual plot points and like actual things that's like going on in it. But like you can't really take it seriously because I mean just fucking look at this. But it never has any like swear words in it to my knowledge. And the characters, they look pretty child friendly. I don't know. It's for babies, okay? Object shows are for babies, okay? I don't know what to say. Next up, 5-Day Night Funkin. Now, they say to separate the art from the fandom, and I know if I'm counting in like the fandoms for these shows and whatever, all of them would be going into 18 plus only, okay? Like there's no way around it. Every one of them are going into 18 plus only. But God, is it difficult for this one. I don't know if you've ever seen like they make like Friday Night Funkin' mods for like cartel execution videos. I've seen one that's like a mod for Daisy's Destruction. I don't even know how to fucking make something like that. Like what is even the point of it? But whatever, okay? We're just going to talk about the base game itself, okay? I'm not talking about any mods or like any third party thing that like other people make. The game itself is all about you trying to fuck a girl. Straight up. You play as this guy, his name is Boyfriend, and there's this other girl called Girlfriend. You're trying to fuck her. When you like beat a level or something, one of the scenes is straight up just him getting into bed with her. It's probably going into another 18 plus, considering its main conceit. Maybe I'm like looking at it to like service level. Maybe, you know, it's a Shakespearean romantic story, right? But I doubt it. I doubt it. Alright, Pizza Tower. Okay, I would say this is probably for babies. I really can't think of anything in it that's like genuinely not for kids. Editor's note. So I just found out that there is actually one level in Pizza Tower that has the word shit in it. So we're probably gonna move it down to mostly safe because yeah, like a kid reading shit or like fuck ones or twice is not gonna like kill them or anything. But I guess like for safe would be 100% totally safe. So there you go. Alright, next up, Roblox. I know. I already said that I'm not counting in any like third party thing. But this, I can't really do that because straight up Roblox is just straight up a game that is designed for like its community to like build its own game essentially. There is no game if you don't play games made by other people. And the other people that is in Roblox, the people that play Roblox, let's not even talk about people who play Roblox. Let's just talk about people who made Roblox, okay? Let's just read this article, okay? Like hell, it didn't stop Roblox CEO David Baszucki from announcing future plans to adding a dating component to the platform. right? A dating component to a children's game. Here's what I would do, right? If I was a parent. If they play Roblox, I would heavily monitor, okay? This is like a very special case where both the platform and the people who play it are fucked. So I would honestly, given the opportunity, I would probably just straight up not let my kid play Roblox. Alright, Minecraft.
In placing blocks in
Okay, so if we're talking about only single player Minecraft, it's honestly like safe, but maybe even to the point of like for babies a little bit. Once again, if you're an adult, you play Roblox. Wrong. If you're an adult, you play Roblox, you should be fucking arrested. But if you're an adult, you play Minecraft. There's nothing really wrong about that. I don't think there's any fucking. The game itself, I think, is fine, so probably put it into safe. Now, the multiplayer and like the community, however, but once again, okay, I'll say this: Minecraft, it is at least a game that you can just straight up isolate yourself and play it. There is single player in it; you can just play single player and fucking not deal with anything else. Roblox is one of those cases where it's kind of impossible. You can't even play the fucking game without Wi-Fi, to my knowledge. All right, last one, ENA. Probably going into fucking, I don't know again. It's another one that I saw it a little while ago. It's like this abstract art kind of thing, I think. Okay, editor's notes again. In all honesty, I think I probably shouldn't even fucking put this thing into the goddamn tier list because I just know too little of that. I knew that like a little while ago it got popular, but then that's basically it. I don't even know if it's true that like it's mostly kids that like this thing. So I'm probably like removing it out of the tier list instead. But yeah, this is the end of our tier list. Not really a tier list. It's more like, you know, just rating each of these things whether or not if I think they are appropriate for children. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. See y'all.